Well, hello there. Hello, great people. Welcome to the Paranormal Highway. This is Tell the Truth Thursday. And, we'll do the UFO topic since last Thursday we kind of did the Bigfoot topic. But it's Tell the Truth Thursday. What does that mean? It means for you and I, whatever aggression that we have, whatever it's eating us up on the inside, today's the day to let it out in a friendly manner, not in a mean manner. Let's get things off our chest. Let's tell the world that, to make a better tomorrow, we got to fix yesterday. So if Tell the Truth Thursday is want to get some things off your chest and help you for tomorrow and tonight, then God damn it, I did my job. That's all that matters. And you know who else is here? Danny Stanton says I'm here. That's right. Looks like we got me and Danny watching the show today. That's awesome. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, JoJo's here too. I'm not here. JoJo's saying I'm not here, but Danny says I'm here. Is this a Mandela effect or what? Tell the Truth Thursday. I don't know. But no, let's kick back and relax, have some fun. Let's tell the truth. Then we'll move on. So go to the bathroom real quick, say Bloody Mary 3 times, go outside, play with the Ouija board real quick, do whatever you got to do, talk to the demons, talk to the gods, angels, whatever you got to talk to, because after the intro, it's Tell the Truth Thursday. All right, I'll see you back in a few seconds.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Did you see it?
All right. So did some of you go say Bloody Mary 3 times in the bathroom? Well, hopefully somebody did. Somebody went there, Let's prove if that Bloody Mary thing is real or not. So I guess if I don't hear from you, I guess it is real. So far, we got Danny Stanton, we got JoJo, we got Slow Motion. I see in the chat. We don't got that many people today. That's fine. Hey, we got Roger Blair. That's fine. Because Tuesday, it was a politic type of show. It was about presidents. Of course, there's going to be politics involved. And whenever you talk about politics, people don't show up. You're scared. Listen, I get it. We don't want to talk all politics. I get that. So once in a while, you do a show on it, get it all out. Get your politics, get your politics out of the way. That's what that day was. And a lot of people didn't show up. I don't care. Who gives a shit if those people don't show up? Now, Tell the Truth Thursday. Yeah, there's people that can't tell the truth, so they probably won't be here, but today's about telling the truth. So all you guys, I'll try to look at the chat much as I can. If you got some truth you wanted to say, let's get these things off our chest, So, all right. I'll start with a couple things, and we'll get into the UFOs, alien abductions. I got some like top 9, and a few. I got a couple videos. We'll look at them and we'll choose if we think they're true or not. Before we get there, there's been some surprisingly good music that was been coming out this year and late last year. Ace Frehley has just been impressing me. His latest song, Cherry Medicine, what a great song. Man, it's like great song. The Black Crowes, I like their song. A couple new Judas Priest songs. I like them. Green Day's back, baby. Green Day was shitting on themselves. They were crapping on themselves because their last albums were like, huh? I can't even name you a good song off their last albums because they weren't none. This latest album they came out with, oh my God, it's Green Day's Back. Mama, I Have No Brains. Love that song. So I'm so happy to see that Green Day's back. Now, so I heard there's another new song released, right? Pearl Jam. I'm in Seattle. Pearl Jam back Seattle, right? So, you back your Seattle bands, right? So they have a new song out. It's called Dark Matter. I'm like, all right, new Pearl Jam. I mean, we got some good songs coming out from these other bands: Green Day, Ace Frehley, Judas Priest. I mean, I've been impressed. Black Crows. I just been impressed with what I've been hearing. So here we go. Putting on Dark Matter. Okay, the guitar riffs is not bad. All right, here's Eddie Vedder singing. I'm listening to it. I'm listening to it. I'm listening to it. Then the song ends. I'm sitting there like, was that song any good? I like, was there, I don't even hear the chorus line or the punch line in the song. You guys know what I'm talking about. Punch lines, the chorus, the hook, what you want to call it, the hook or whatever. And I'm like, is there a hook? So my son comes upstairs. He's 26. I go, hey, Gabriel, what do you think of Pearl Jam's new song? And I'm playing it, and I'm like, I'm trying to hear the hook. He goes, Eric, I think that's the hook. I mean, yeah, the song fucking sucks. That song sucks. I'm like, I'm telling the truth. Tell the truth Thursday. Eddie Vedder, he could sing the grunge good. But when your music goes away, kind of like from the grunge in a way, his voice is really not good with other kind of music. I mean, it's truly not. Eddie Vedder is good friends with Mike Ness from Social Distortion, which I got concert tickets in September to see Social Distortion, baby. And I remember, sometimes I go on stage, and I remember Eddie Vedder goes on the stage with Mike Ness, and he sings Ball and Chain. I tell you what, Eddie Vedder cannot sing rockabilly songs. Can't do it. Can't do it. And somebody said, yeah, Def Leppard, Motley Crue. Hey, Def Leppard. I mean, their album's not new this year, but their album, I think, came out last year. And they had that song Kick. That was a good song. It's got that hook. It's got that, like the T-Rex kind of got that T-Rex kind of feeling. That was good. That was a good song. That was a good album that they came out with. But I hated that a band in your own backyard. The song Dark Matter is like the filler song. One of those fillers. And to me, usually the first song you put out is supposedly be like your best song. So to me, it's like, if that's your best song, oh my God, or the rest of the album is going to suck. So I don't know. Tell the truth Thursday, people. Tell the truth Thursday. Sound like you didn't need some Jethro Tull. Oh yeah, Jethro Tull, who won 1 year Best Heavy Metal over Metallica. Jethro Tull. Actually, you know what? Be honest with you. Tell the truth Thursday. Honestly, I never gave a shit about Jethro Tull. Don't even care about Jethro Tull. It did piss me off when he wins Best Heavy Metal Award. I'm like, what? When is Jethro Tull ever heavy metal? Really? He wins over Metallica and Justice for All? I mean, that's kind of an overrated album. I get that, but it's more freaking metal than Jethro Tull, but be honest, I don't listen to fucking Jethro Tull. I don't buy his album. I'm being honest. Tell the truth, I'm being honest. I got something else to tell the truth about. And it's another music one. In the 2000s, I don't remember exactly what year. I had to go. I don't know why I had to go to this concert. I don't know why, but I was kind of forced to because I'm not into rap R&B music. I'm not. I'm a rocker. I love rock. But for some reason, I had to go to a concert. I had to go to see Kendrick Lamar. I had to go see Kendrick Lamar. I don't even know why I had to go. But so I'm like, all right, can't be bad, right? I mean, Beastie Boys is rap, and Beastie Boys are great in concert. I'm like, okay, Beastie Boys are great. I can handle this Kendrick Lamar, right? And I'm sitting there. The music comes on, everybody going crazy. And yeah, Danny. Anybody plays with the flute isn't rock. Maybe that's why, Danny. Maybe that's why I don't listen to Jethro Tull. I know who he is, but so Kendrick Lamar, right? He's rapping, or it sounds like he's talking, like this paragraph. He's talking. Okay, song's over. Next beat comes on. Sounds like he's talking. Sounds like the same freaking paragraph. He's talking. Next song comes on. He's still talking. And I'm like, where's the hook? Where's the cut line? I feel like he was just talking. And the only thing that changes is the music that's on the record that they're playing with tapes and stuff, right? And then there's another rapper that comes on. Another rapper comes on stage. And I don't remember who that rapper was. And he's talking. And Kendrick Lamar's talking. They're both talking on stage. Back to each other. And I'm sitting there like, this is horrible. Can somebody seriously put me out of my misery? And I'm sitting there, and I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, if you guys like rap, hey, Tell the Truth Thursday. You like rap, that's cool. But I was tortured. I'm like, this is garbage. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I hear that the beats are different, but the singing sounds the same. And I don't even know if that was singing. It sounded like they were talking. Right? It was like saying one paragraph. Dog went up the car. Dog went up the car. Dog dig a hole in the backyard. The dog took a shit on my yard. And I felt like he's just talking like straight talk through the whole fucking show about his fucking dog taking a crap in the yard. I'm like, people love this. This is what selling millions of copies. I mean, listen, like if you take Queen, right? You take Queen, like Bohemian Rhapsody, you take the music part out and they just sing. It's like melody, right? You heard like Aerosmith has a couple like Love in an Elevator's parts where the music goes away and they're singing melody. A lot of bands sing. They had that melody where you don't even need that music in the background. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if you remove the music, you're sitting there just look like two people are reading a newspaper to each other. Sometimes they'll read the newspaper faster. Sometimes they'll read the newspaper slow. And it was horrible. If you ever, I'm gonna tell you guys, Tell the Truth Thursday. If you ever, no, Karen Holton, I haven't got to the UFOs part. The UFOs are coming up. I'm just getting out the Tell the Truth Thursday. Get some stuff off our chest real quick, and then we'll go into Tell the Truth on the UFOs. So we're gonna get there. So if you guys ever want to torture me, you want me to spill the beans on somebody, you want me to tell you some dirt, all you gotta do is tie me up and play me some Kendrick Lamar over and over again, and I'll break. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I'll tell you who put a fake ghost hand on a video. I would tell you everything. I would tell you the name, who's faking some videos. I would tell you. All you got to do is tie me up and play me some Kendrick Lamar over and over again. I'm broken. I'm broken. Till this day, I still don't know how people like it. I really don't. But the beat. Okay, but if you take away the beat, can they perform? Sounds like, it's like they have to have the beat or their stick is up. All right. Are 3 non-blondes considered metal? Are 3 non-blondes considered metal? 3 non-blondes. Aren't they the hold on a second. 3 non-blondes. Oh no. Aren't they 4 non-blondes or 3 non-blondes? Oh. Nah, they're not metal. Listen, I just love rock and roll, right? I just love rock and roll. The only concert tickets I got so far this year is Social Distortion, just rap, right? All right, we're about to get into UFOs for a second. And one last thing, let's do tell the truth. Let's do tell the truth Thursday on a movie that most everybody hates. The critics hated it, almost everybody hated it, but myself and, believe it or not, my wife loved it. The movie Moonfall. Most people hated Moonfall. I love Moonfall. I love how crazy that movie was. Hey, we need a space shuttle. Hey, let's get one at a museum and we'll put it back together and we'll fly. and I love Moonfall. I mean, it was crazy shit, right? And then I would listen to critics and all this stuff like, guys, the steel and the science of this movie just does not make sense at all. The science is just stupid in this movie. Hey, no offense. You think science is real with the Avengers? With the Marvel movies? You think science? What about the Fast and Furious movie? You think science works with Fast and Furious? Most movies you watch, science don't work. Come on. Jesus. My favorite movies all the time is Star Wars. I'm sure the science don't work. The lightsaber. How do you trap a beam of light to stay in one energy form? So, Moonfall, to me, was a great movie. I loved it. I love how crazy that was. So all the critics, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. So, all right. You guys in the chat, you guys got anything you want to come out and say right before we get into some UFO stuff? Anything you want to get off your chest? Tell the truth. Get it off your chest, brother. Danny, that's the way I feel when your brother plays the crap. He plays laugh out loud. That's the truth, Danny. That's the truth. Anybody got some truth? I always like Star Trek than Star Wars. And I get that. You know what? And I understand that. I understand that. I love Star Trek too. Now, I prefer Star Wars over Star Trek, but you got to remember when Star Wars came out, I was 5 years old when I went to the movie theater. Star Wars was the first movie I ever saw. So Star Wars blew me away. Now, I remember going to the drive-in and seeing Star Trek, the motion picture. And, because that came out not soon after, because after Star Wars, everybody was looking for a sci-fi movie, And I remember William Shatner was talking about it, saying, but we had the name Star Trek. And you know what? At a young age, so being honest with you, tell the truth Thursday, the motion picture at that age of my age was boring compared to Star Wars: A New Hope. It was boring. But now when I watch that Star Trek, the motion picture, the first one of the movie series, it's a brilliant movie. It really, truly is a brilliant movie. It represents what Star Trek's all about. Now, Wrath of Khan, of course, is my favorite Star Trek movie, Wrath of Khan. But that motion picture does not get the credit that it deserves. you know, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I mean, Karen, I mean, it'd be hard for me to hear somebody say they did not like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. To me, that movie was perfect of every way. You know, it kind of represents everything about the UFOs, about the aliens than you believe, right? Because it kind of brings in the Bermuda Triangle, about the lost bombers, and they put it in that desert. And what makes it great was that the life forms are way more advanced and intelligent than we are, to fly with the advanced stuff that they use in the movie, right? The spaceships. And, you know, and they want to make first contact, to have that conversation with us, right? And to be honest with you, you know, it's hard, right? Because like you think that'd be the most truthful way, what you think that a life form might want to do, try to be friends with us. And that's what we hope that, to have that meeting. But of course, with a certain kind of meeting like that, the only people be allowed are the top governments of the world and all that. And like in the movie, they put it in a secret spot where nobody's allowed. They'll make up stories to get people off the land. They kill the animals on purpose to get everybody off. So they have this whole on Devil's Mountain, the whole thing with the Devil's Mountain. So they have this conversation. On one end, I actually think that's the way it would be done. But these people, but these aliens smarter than us. They know that humans are not ready for first contact. I mean, honestly, as a group, I'm talking about as a group. You and I, Karen, we might be ready for first contact. Come down, shake hands. But as a group of the world itself is not ready for first contact. We are not. Panic will go through the streets. Everybody will stop working. Which that's not a bad idea, but you get what I'm saying. The world would collapse because the world doesn't have common sense. I guess I would say the world just does not have common sense. So individually, we're ready. I feel like most of you are watching now. I feel like Karen, I feel you're ready. We all know Danny's ready, right? Danny's ready, but rest of the world, honestly, is not ready. You think Joe Biden's ready? If Trump, I just think about aliens, right? Want to do first contact, and we got Joe Biden in office, right? And it almost like, do you want Joe Biden to be the president to have first contact with these aliens? Because he needs hearing aids. He needs people to tell him what to say. And then on the other end, if Donald Trump gets back to be president, do you want Donald Trump to have first contact with these aliens? Holy shit, we're dead. He would use their technology to make sure that his family are trillionaires, beyond billionaires. I mean, we got the wrong presidents for the first contact. I'm just saying. I mean, really, think about it. Think about that, people. Would you truly tell the truth Thursday? Tell the truth Thursday. Do you really think Joe Biden and Donald Trump should be the first president for first contact? Oh my God. Oh geez. It's like if you're planning to take us over and that's just a gimmick, just take us over, right? Don't even bother. Right? Unless you can touch Biden and reverse his brain to a younger age, right? So What's everybody saying here? First of all, I share a horse in '87 from a Canadian Mountie, 2 months in Canadian jail. Oh, tell the truth Thursday. I freaking love it. Danny, that is what Tell the Truth Thursday is all about right here. Getting it off your chest. You stole a horse in '87 from from a Canadian Mountie, 2 months in Canadian jail. Wow. Wow, hey, listen, Danny. I I gotta interview you on that one because I'm sure if you're gonna be in jail, if I mean, listen, if you had to be in jail, wouldn't you rather be in jail in Canada? Because they probably treat you nice. They probably feed you very well. They probably massage your feet in jail. You know, those lovely Canadians. We love. I live next to Canada. They're lovely, lovely, lovely people. So if I was gonna if I had to be in jail, I'd rather be in jail in Canada here in America and be in the same jail cell with Bubba because Bubba's gonna make shrimp out of me. So I don't want Bubba to make shrimp out of me. So I'd rather be in jail in Canada. They probably give me my own little cell with special lights and posters. Um, I'm laughing my ass off, Eric. The police told my mom 100 years before I would been hung. uh, Cocoon. Yeah, I remember Cocoon. That's where the old folks and stuff at the end of the movie they get taken away. Yeah. Um, I only saw that movie once. It's a Ron Howard movie. I know that it's a Ron Howard movie, and I thought it was okay. But it wasn't something that made me want to come back and rewatch it. But I remember when I watched it, it was fine. I even played that song on my keyboard outside to attract them to my house, laugh out loud when I was a kid. Hey, hey, we all try to do things as a kid thinking that they're gonna come. No, I was visiting Canada. FYI, I am now banned from Canada. You're banned from Canada? All you did was stole the horse from a bounty? Come on, Canadians. Come on. Come on. I'll tell you what, Danny. I'm going to Vancouver this year. I'll go up there. Maybe I'll go over to Victoria, Vancouver Island, go to their headquarters, whatever, and say, "Hey guys, you gotta let Danny back in this country. You don't know how good your country is. You gotta have Danny back." So I'll work on that for you. Star Trek Contact was good. That was a good one. If we were the rest of the world, Eric, we'll never be ready. That is true. That is true. Joe needs a good probing. He needs something, right? He needs something, right? Shoot, I bet you they probably are probing Joe, and he probably doesn't even realize he's being probed. But like, uh, I feel like I gotta take a crap. So that's why he walks. Probably had a few, Karen. Needs a good probing too. Joe would probably give the aliens a debit card and a free room in New York. Oh, you want to probe me? Here's a room. No, no, no. Stay in Lincoln's room. Stay in Lincoln's room. And you come here at night, you can probe me all you want. So I go outside now, send my thoughts out, and flash my green laser, but not a lot. Guess they don't like certain parts of the UK. Laugh out loud. And I go outside now, send my thoughts out, and flash my green laser. Yeah. Well, as long as you're not, you know, as long as you're not flashing the green lights like in the sky, because be honest with you, the last thing I need is being on an airplane and because I live by the airport and having pilots getting lasers shot in their eye. So I always say, be careful. Don't, and because I've seen videos of idiots doing lasers in the sky, thinking they got a UFO, and that was a regular airplane, and they're blinding the pilots, they're hurting the pilots. So for me, I never use lights in the sky, never. I never use lights in the sky. But I just think that's wrong. And I don't want to take a chance, you know? So I don't use lights. Stop bloody flashing into my window then, Brian. No, Eric, I tell the difference between them. Hey, what's up, Lulu Bell? Welcome. All right. Let me pull up UFO and alien. Now, these are 9. These are, oh, here, let me share the screen. All right. The 9 most convincing alien abduction stories in modern history. So, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I gotta, whoops. Give me a second. I gotta get this from the beginning. I'm skipping ahead. And guys, and here, and remember, we're gonna be honest. We all of us need to be honest. Now remember, it's, hey, listen, everybody, it's all right if you don't believe some of these stories. It's all right. If you believe it, great. If you don't, you don't. Everybody has reasons on why they want to believe a certain story or not. Just tell the truth and listen. And whatever somebody's belief is, everybody, if that belief is not yours, who cares? All right, just be cool. So let's look at these stories and let's be honest here with ourselves. And I want to know what everybody's thoughts is. Let's all be honest here. So the 9 most convincing alien story in modern history. All right. So the first one, of course, is Barney and Betty's Hill alien abduction story. Started it all. So I do have a video, because I look at my archives, and I do have a video of Barney and Hill. So let me play the Barney and Hill video, and then we'll talk about it. So the Barney Hill story, and then don't tell me yet.
Seekers of the unknown.
Don't tell me yet on what you think, if this story is true or not. Let's watch the video, and then after the video's over, let's all discuss if we think Benny and Barney Hill is a true story or it's not a true story. All right, here we go.
Today, we plunge into the chilling depths of one of the most intense UFO incidents in recorded history, the abduction of Betty and Barney Hill. If this is your first time delving into the mysteries with us, please like, subscribe, and activate notifications.
Yeah, people, you heard that? You need to subscribe to me, baby. Subscribe and hit that goddamn notification bell. Even though it doesn't work half the time, and we all know it doesn't work half the time, but they say it works. So hit that goddamn notification bell. All right? Okay. Sorry.
Let's return to the night of September 19, 1961. Betty and Barney Hill are in the seclusion of New Hampshire's countryside, their way home from Niagara Falls lit only by their car's headlights. Suddenly, a large light punctures the night sky. Initially dismissed as a falling star or a plane, the intensifying brightness and erratic movement of the light soon triggers their dread. Barney, gripped by both fear and fascination, brings the car to a halt.
I'm going to pause it for a second. First of all, any of you live in New Hampshire? And the reason I'm just bringing that up real quick, because maybe it's not unusual driving where they were driving in the mountains. And it's not unusual to see bright lights. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know that area. You know, maybe there's an airport near there that looks brighter than, I know this is 1961. I know that. So, anybody, if you are from there, first of all, is it unusual to not see bright lights? If you do, if you know that answer, please put that in the chat. That helps us to decide if we want to believe the story or not.
Peering through his binoculars, he discerns an unusual and gigantic object with a kaleidoscope of lights. Panic now overtakes their curiosity. Barney scrambles back to the vehicle and they attempt to escape. What transpires next defies logic. A bizarre humming sound envelopes the car, followed by an unexplained tingling sensation. Suddenly, they find themselves inexplicably 35 miles further along their route, their memory of the past 2 hours a blank slate.
And that is common. Not with this story. I mean, throughout history of different kind of stories of you hearing people saying they lost time. They were here, then they were there. All through history. But who knows all through history that they weren't some kind of a UFO or a phenomenon. Maybe a portal. Somebody accidentally drove through a portal and kind of like either took you back in time or put you 2 hours ahead of time. So that part right there is not unusual. I just want to say that's with a lot of stories in the paranormal. I've heard people that were investigating the Bigfoot in the mountains that said somehow they started their walk at 6 and 30 minutes later it was like already 4 hours ahead somehow. So there's stories like that everywhere, not just surrounded by UFOs. So, that itself could be technically like take out the UFOs part that somebody could experience, and anything that comes after that, they kind of just amplify it because they had that jump in time or jump back in time. Like she, like she sometimes thinks she punched the like button, but then she realized she didn't because she went back in time. So the forward her who punched the like, when she went back, she never punched that like. And then she realized, wow, I never punched a like, and she's punching it. And then next day, she's watching my great show again and noticed that the like button's not pushed. So she real sounds might be going back and forth with my like button. It happens. It happens, huh, Chi? It happens. It's a good point.
Haunted by nightmares in the weeks following the incident, Betty relives their terrifying encounter. These night terrors prompt them to consult Dr. Benjamin Simon, a psychiatrist specializing in hypnosis. During separate sessions, Betty and Barney recount eerily identical tales of their abduction by otherworldly beings, their intrusive examination, and subsequent release. The chilling ordeal of the hills.
I'm gonna ask you guys something real quick. Does anybody know? Okay, the hypnosis guy. Does anybody know? Did they take the hypnosis together, or was it separate? Because just hear me out. Just hear me out for a second. What if you're a hypnosis guy, right? And you get this story from this person. This story, right? Now, the guy who's doing the hypnosis has got this story in his head. So when he does the next person, he's constantly pushing that narrative onto that person, where he's kind of trying in his own mind to combine the two stories. So I'm just curious, like if they separate it, because once you get something planted in your head, right? You kind of like God damn it. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me a second here. Give me a second. 1 second. Give me a second here. Like Green Day has a new song called One Eye Bastard. And that sounds got stuck in my head. Like that sound was just stuck in my head. And I gotta know, I know I heard this sound before. And that sound in that song is from a song from Pink. But I couldn't get it out of my head. Like, I know I heard that before. I heard Pink. I'm not saying this guy heard that story before, but could he now, once he heard it, like pushing that story into the other guy? I'm just saying, could that be a possibility? I'm just, because I'm always we're worried about people who call themselves hypnosis because first of all, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm gonna tell the truth Thursday. I've been through a hypnosis person, and you know what? They could not hypnotize me. They could not hypnotize me. Oh, my brother's name is Billy Joe Armstrong, the lead singer of Green Day. That's awesome. That's awesome. They couldn't hypnotize me. You know, every time I watch movies or TVs and they're hypnotizing people, you know, if I sat here and somebody threw something in front of my eyes, I can't get hypnotized and go into that dark place. Because listen, hold on. Why is it not? I don't know. I don't care. Um. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys something real quick. I'll go back to the video. This is Tell the Truth Thursday. You guys know I've told everybody that part of the reason that I moved my show to 2 p.m. Pacific time is because I'm in a group. Uh, you know, mental health. If you, I just want to say mental health. So we're in this group. You know, and they're there to help us. Reconnect. I see an individual person that I'm also in a group, and part of this group, they always got to play like a video, like a meditation type video, meditation, and they want you to listen to it, and like they're playing this video, and it's like this. Listen to the leaf. Just sit there in your chair and listen to the leaf. And it's like, all right, and and honestly, I can't sit there and get everything out of my mind and just listen to a leaf. I tried. I got so many things in my freaking head. I cannot do it. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these people in this meeting, like, yeah, that really helped. And because you're supposed to be honest in these meetings, and they probably he's probably like, uh-oh, here comes Eric. I'm serious because there's seven of us. There's seven of us in this group. Most times five. Two people don't show up. Yes, that leaf really helped me. And I'm like, guys, I cannot even get to that point. I'm hearing this person narrating this story sounds like a robot to me. So I can't even get into that zone of zoning out. So I would love to I was like we could do like a Vegas bet. All right, Eric, you sit there. Let's get the best hypnosis guy, and let's see if that guy hypnosis me. I bet you they can't do it because they tried once and they couldn't do it. I don't know. Is it because my brain's too bad? I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know because when I'm like talking to this group, I'm like, listen, I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know how people think. I don't, the only person I know how to think is me. I can't tell you how Joe Snore thinks, Chi thinks, Brian C thinks, JoJo thinks. I don't know how you guys think because I'm not in your brain. I only know what I think. So, and I'm sit there. And I did say this once, and I know some of those guys in the groups kind of like, I know they're like flipping me off. I know they're flipping me off because I said this once. I feel like sometimes people are just telling you what you think they want you to hear to show that these treatments can work. And I said that, and I know they're like, who the fuck are you saying that? and it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like sometimes people just say what they think people want to hear. I truly do. Because I can't feel what they're feeling. I can't zone out with a leaf floating outside. I can't sit there and try to meditate like these people doing yoga shit and all that, sitting on a freaking blanket. Can't do it. Like, do I need to take drugs for that? I mean, do I need to take drugs to meditate? Brian's in my head. But you guys know what I mean. I mean, how do we know how you're so, because I sit there with these people, right? And I know they're trying to help, but I'm always wondering, like, how do they really know that they're helping you? Everybody says, I know what you're going through. No, you don't. It's impossible for anybody to know what another person is going through. You don't know how somebody else thinks. Hey, we're way off subject. We're way off subject. I'm sorry about that, people. Eric, never underestimate a large group of weak people. George, and listen, I do take these classes seriously. I really, truly do. Because the VA, they do truly want to help. And there's like one guy that I feel that I could feel his pain. He's telling the truth. He's like 75 years old. He was actually in Vietnam War, and he said he still has images of people jumping out of bushes. And when he talks, I could feel. I know he's like telling the real deal, because he's almost like me, that says he can't meditate it, but he does it in a more of a political way. I don't say it in a political way. But there's one thing that is true. I will tell you guys this, that is true. They do ask, like, everybody, then what is your happy place? And I said this before in the show. And I said the only happy place for me is when I'm actually doing a live show on YouTube. I know that sounds stupid to you guys. I know to a lot of you that probably sounds like a cop-out, but I told them it's true. Because if I did not have these live shows, or putting a video together, putting it out, I probably go crazy. I probably would go crazy, because it's almost like I need to do something. So in a lot of ways, doing this show helps me a lot. And I got a way to prove that to you guys. Well, I don't want to wait, right? This is tax season. If you guys are from the UK, I don't know if you guys have like tax season. Here in America, we got tax season, right? So I got my Google tax paper. This is what I made in 2023 off of YouTube. That includes the donations and everything, right? So this is what I made off of YouTube. This is Tell the Truth Thursday. I want to tell you the freaking truth. I made $862 in the whole year of 2023. Now they don't pay federal taxes off of that. They call it royalties. So they don't pay taxes. So when you put that down on your tax forms, you automatically have to pay almost an additional $200 off that $862 that you made. But then you prove, like, how much stuff did you buy to do the show, and that can offset that. And when I calculated everything I put together, and this is no shit, this is no freaking lie, this is no bullshit, this is as truth you're gonna get. I have spent over $3,000 in 2023 doing it. That includes the StreamYards, that would include the Canvas packages, the videos that I paid to get created, the cartoon series. I have paid over $3,000. So technically, when I put that all in there, I didn't have to pay no federal taxes off of it, because it's basically telling me you're a freaking idiot why you do it. So basically, if you minus the $862 compared to $3,000, I'm out of pocket $2,200. So why do it, right? I mean, why do it? I ain't gonna get huge. I'm not gonna get 1 million subscribers. That's a rarity. Why do I do it? Because it's almost like this is my own medication. Instead of taking these pills and feeling like a zombie, a drone. So in a lot of ways, yes, I'm losing money, but by doing this, it's 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 like it helps me. So is it fun losing money? No, but I do gain something from it. And guys, and that's the freaking truth. Tell the truth Thursday. If that is not tell the truth Thursday, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I would do this if there's only one person. That is why I sell some on the website to pay for my expensive. Yeah, that's and right now, Karen, you know, you know, I'm using the free part of the StreamYard because I had to do I had to cut back on everything. I mean, I don't, it is what it is. So I'm sorry about that. Let's get back to this.
Ignited a global frenzy, becoming one of the most infamous and hotly debated alien abduction narratives. It spurred numerous cinematic adaptations, literary explorations, and kindled our morbid fascination with the impenetrable cosmos. While skeptics offer the theory of folie à deux, a shared delusional disorder, the strikingly coherent accounts given by Betty and Barney under hypnosis, coupled with tangible evidence like Betty's ripped dress, continues to fuel the unsettling debate. So, where do you stand? Were the Hills truly victims of an extraterrestrial violation, or could there be a more terrestrial explanation? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until our next chilling episode, remember, not all is as it seems, and the truth often lies where we least expect it.
All right. So the Barney Hill story, 1961. These stories are hard because none of us were living there. I mean, not. I mean, all of us here weren't old enough when that story came out. So because we're not there, you're never going to know 100% the truth. On one end, I used to look at the story like, this is 1961 in New Hampshire, where racial marriage is not accepted. It's still kind of not accepted in a lot of, I don't understand why, but I'm just being honest. A black man and a white woman, getting married. So you already put a bullseye on yourself, which it's sad that I have to say that, but it's sad, but it's true. Of all things, would you come out with a story like that and put that out there? I used to think they wouldn't do that because, people don't like you already. And it's sad, but it's true. You know what I mean? Why would they lie? So I've always said, there's probably more truth to this story, almost any other story. But then you start thinking, every time you think that, you learn almost every day that everybody's crooked. I mean, everybody's coming out, finding out they're liars. They're lying. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, it just like nobody who they really are. People who think they want to do that, it's not, but since it's a Tell the Truth Thursday, I'm going to say this story is more true than fake. I want to say it's more true because I have to believe that these people don't want that kind of attention on themselves because they're already living in a dangerous time. So for me, I got a feeling it's true. So what do you guys think? Put it in the chat right now. Do you think the Benny Hill, everybody who lives in the UK knows what Benny Hill is. Do you guys think that story is true? Is the Barney and Betty Hill alien abduction story true? Put it in there now. All right. Tina P, right off the bat, I say it's true. some people are bent. I watched a video on a Chinese man who teleported all over the place at night when he went to, wow, can't remember it. Wow. True. All right, Karen. His port, sorry, folks. His name was, okay. Danny says it's true. I think a lot of us think it is true. Because I just don't think people, I mean, listen, would it be shocked to me to find out in some kind of writing that they made up the story? It wouldn't shock me at all. But I got a feeling that their story is more true than it's not. So it's true. True. All right. Let's move on to the next story. I think on that one, yeah. I think we're all the same on that one. So let's go back. Let's move on to the next story. Let's go down. All right, next. The 1969 Berkshire UFO incident that shocked an entire town. And I think I have a video for that story too. So let me find a story. Brian thinks it's true also. So almost everybody thinks that story is true. But before we say on the Berkshire is true or not, let me find the video. Video file. Okay, here we go. The 1969. Here we go. Now, for the record, and I'm going to be freaking 100% honest with you. I did interview Tom Reed, who's part of the Berkshire story. But I'm one of those people that all because I interview somebody does not automatically make your story true. I interview people so they could try to convince me that the story is true. I am not convinced. Listen, I know a lot of people who do interviews, and once they interview somebody, they're in. They're in automatically. It's like, oh my God, you are terrific. And it's so easy. That's why these people, they do interviews, because they know they got you. They got you sucked in, you know? So all because I interviewed Tom Reed will not influence on what I think. So let's all watch this video.
The 1969 Berkshire UFO incident on September 1st, 1969. The Reed family claimed they were abducted by a UFO in Berkshire County, Massachusetts. Today, Berkshire County, Massachusetts is famous for its wide-open countryside that makes it a popular vacation destination. But the rural territory was once heralded as...
Is that really a popular vacation site, people? I'm just curious. I have no desire to go visit Berkshire, but is that really a top vacation place that people go? I mean, I don't live in that part of the country. I'm a West Coast person, right? Yes, I did live in Maryland for a year or two, and in New York because of the Weiss family. But I was born in Fresno, California, live mostly there, and Seattle, Washington. So I'm a West Coast baby. I'm West Coast. But is that a popular vacation spot for people?
As a hotbed of UFO activity following the alleged sighting that took place on the evening of September 1st, 1969. More than 50 years later, the true scare...
All right. Yes, it is hot from North. Okay. That's what I want to know. In the fall, it definitely is. Yeah, I need to know. I'm not there. I don't know. You know? So I'm not saying if it's a holiday, yes or no, if it's popular, that's going to change the difference of the story. But I want to know, because it'll make sense why a lot more people seen it than not.
The story of the Berkshire UFO incident remains perhaps the most chilling tale of an alien abduction on record. According to witnesses' creepy stories, a disc-shaped craft was seen performing acrobatic maneuvers in the sky above the Berkshires that night. Others say they didn't just see the craft, but were taken aboard it. It's unclear exactly how long the phenomenon lasted, but many who claim to have witnessed the Berkshire UFO described losing time, unable to account for an hour or so during the incident. Everything got really calm, said Thomas Reed, one of the most well-known witnesses of the 1969 Berkshire UFO phenomenon.
And guys, and on my channel, hold on a second. God, I know that one was live. If I type in, okay, here we go. Here we go. I did a live interview with Tom Reed, and I'll put the link there. That's the live interview I did of Tom Reed, the guy that just talked about. So if you never heard of this story, you want to hear it from the person himself, just go back and watch that video. So, and just putting it there. If you want to watch it, there it is.
It was like being in the middle of a hurricane. There was like a barometric change in pressure. It was just like a dead silence. Then there was an eruption of crickets and frogs, and it got really loud, and that was it. It was estimated that at least 40 residents, including children who are now adults still living in the Berkshire area, saw the alleged alien aircraft. Some of them reportedly called into the local radio station to share the bizarre phenomenon that they had just seen. About 40 people in the Berkshires shared their creepy story of witnessing a UFO in 1969. Today, a monument to the incident stands near the Sheffield Bridge, pictured. We had listeners called the radio station that evening, said David ISY, general manager of local radio station WSBS. At the time they didn't know it was a UFO, they just, called the station to say something bizarre has happened. The large number of simultaneous witness accounts during the UFO Berkshire incident has made it a distinct case among alleged sightings in recent decades. The witness accounts were so plentiful and compelling that the Great Barrington Historical Society decided to officially recognize the incident as the first off-world/UFO case in U.S. history some 45 years after it happened. Following the stunning recognition, witnesses formed the nonprofit UFO Monument Park Incorporated to build a monument in the area. The monument, meant as a landmark to honor the alleged UFO encounter that residents saw in 1969, was erected by the group and signed by Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker. Thomas Reed, left, who saw the Berkshire UFO when he was 9 years old, and his brother. Despite the significant eyewitness accounts of the event, some residents of the town have fought to keep scary stories of the alleged UFO incident under wraps. The monument was removed following contentious arguments between the group of witnesses that built the structure and local officials in 2019. Still, the eerie aftermath of the unexplained encounter stays with residents who bore witness that fateful night and who continue to share the creepy story to this day.
All right, so in a nutshell, this story had over 40 witnesses. People called, the radio station. So there was a lot of witnesses, and now, in 1969, there were a lot of new airplanes and jets that came out in 1969. There was a thought of, Cuba was becoming an issue. So 1969 had a lot of experimental airplanes. And listen, I'm not saying that they saw this new kind of an aircraft, but I'm just bringing it out there. In 1969, it's when new type of aircrafts have came out that people have never seen before. So if you're brand new, Could that be what they saw? And I know the state made it a national thing with them, the governor, but that governor is also from that town. The people on Vashon Island made Mary Island in their books too. So that's not unusual that states and towns do that. It's a good way to bring tourists into your town. Now again, I'm not saying this is fake or not, but I'm just bringing up some stuff that brand new aircrafts were being created, air experimentals, and all that. Could that be a possibility? So let's see what people think. So put in your thoughts now. Let's see it in the chat. All right, let's see here. Everybody, Danny needs coffee. So if any of you live near Danny, can you please go bring Danny some coffee? If Danny needs coffee, go bring him some coffee, please. A lot of strange stories from the Berkshire Mountains. You could write a book. Yeah, but listen, every mountains has a lot of strange stories. I mean, look at all the UFOs flying around Mount Rainier in our mountain. So that's not enough. You could say that about almost every single historical mountains there are. I mean, that's just a fact. So to say a lot of strange things, there's strange things all around the world. More people might have wrote about the stories there. Some people don't. A lot of people in Washington keep things to themselves. Washington people aren't always just open with stories, but there's tons of stories like that. So that's not good enough for me. I'm being honest. Tell the truth Thursday. That's not being on. That's you could write books on almost every mountain there is. First moon landing by USA in 50 years tonight. Wow. I say it's true. I grew up in Massachusetts. Okay. Thank you, Dina. Brian C. Really, Danny? Don't know what that means. Allegedly, laugh out loud. Yes. Cosmic Neighbors will be covering the moon landing live tonight. Oh, wow. It's true. Okay. Tell the truth Thursday. I'm still not there yet. I'm saying the Berkshire is true. I'm just being honest. I'm not convinced yet. I'm really not truly convinced yet. Not saying. I mean, there's truth of what they saw something they don't recognize. Don't get me wrong there. I believe they saw something, but we all know what we're talking about. We're talking about a UFO from another planet. We're not talking about a drone, something else. We're talking about another planet. So the Berkshire story, I'm not there yet. Even though I know I interviewed the guy, I know, but all because I interviewed the guy does not give him a free pass to say your story's real. I ain't that person. So for now, I'm iffy on that one. I am 50-50 on that one. I believe they saw something, but if I had to put money on it in Vegas, I'll put money down on Barney and Betty's Hill story. I won't put money down on this story. I need more. Danny, we went to the moon. The problem is they didn't tell us everything they found up there. Oh, of course not, Danny. 100%. That is true. That is 100% true. They're never going to tell us exactly what they found up there. All right, let's go to the next story. All right. Let's go. The UFO abduction of Whitley Strieber while he was writing sci-fi. So he was writing a book, and he said he was abducted. Okay, I think I do got a video on that one too. Let's see here. They're already here, the Greys. Okay. I know there's some. Here we go.
Malaysia.
Through? Okay.
The other element of the Greys is the government. What does the government know? 80% of the American people believe the government is holding something back about UFOs.
Yeah,
so we go
I know
behind
that.
the scenes. What might they be holding back? Who's doing it? What's it like in there? And there we have a government specialist who is face to face with an alien and trying to figure out what's going on. That's a big element of the story too.
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Inside. Well, I live inside my stories. In other words, I see what my characters see so vividly. It's like writing a description of a television image when I'm working. So it's natural. It would, people who are into the visual medium would read it and think, well, this really conjures up a picture, because it does. That's what I try to do.
Okay. You wrote the book, The Hunger.
When you get close to it, it's not a mystery anymore. They are quite real. They're just extremely shy and have their own reasons for keeping their secrets.
All right. I'm going to tell you guys right now. That guy is an actor. He was not abducted. He is nothing more than an actor. He's a bookseller. He was never abducted. He's like a lot of these people that I know who said they've been abducted. No. No. That's my opinion. You could take my opinion with a grain of salt. If you think he's really abducted, well, good for you, because I don't think he was. Oh, look, Danny says no. Whitley's full of it. I agree. You could just listen to Whitley. Just listen to his voice. He is not a person that was abducted. I'm telling you, he's not. He's not. He's not a person. So he knows exactly what he's doing. He's like the Lutz family. They know exactly that they exaggerate. Like, listen, Amityville Horror, yeah, there's ghosts there. We know that. But they know if they exaggerate that story, they can make some money. So, my opinion, that guy's not real. Just me. Doesn't mean I'm right. Not true. False. And hi, John. Okay. Yeah. I don't believe that. He's a science fiction writer. In his book, he actually says for entertainment purposes only in the forward. That's true. Because now I get it. You got to say that on YouTube, because if you don't say it on YouTube, they say that you're giving fake news and they can kick you off YouTube. So I know you on YouTube you might have to put entertainment purposes. That's just a little thing to help to keep you on. But it's a payday for him. It's a payday for him. So, all right, let's do one more story from this. Let's do one more. I love Tell the Truth Thursday. I love it. All right. The Pasagolola alien story that saw 2 fishermen subject to air experimentation. Experimentation. What they really mean is they got probed. All right. I think I got a video for this one too. Let's see. All right.
Almost since the beginning of time, man has wondered what secrets lie beyond the stars. One Gaucher man believes we are not alone.
It has to be a world out there somewhere. I don't know who it is. It has to be a world out there somewhere that they come from.
Regardless of where they come from, Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker say they met them here on the Pascagoula River.
We were sitting there fishing, and I heard some type of hissing sound. And
Listen, people, these are good old-fashioned fishermen. I'm not saying because you're a fisherman, you're more likely to tell the truth. But sometimes you can look at people like these are fishermen. They're not looking to get publicity, not like the other guy writing that sci-fi book. I'm not saying that's the reason you should pick more on the true side, but sometimes I look at the people and kind of like their background, like, they're fishermen. They're not just gonna say something because they don't care about publicity. They like their time just fishing. I'm just shooting that out there.
when I looked around, it was something that had come down behind Calvin and me, some kind of big craft. A door just appeared there like a sliding door. And 2 of them took hold of me by the shoulders.
Hold on a second. Hold on. George says, alien or not, something probed me. I ain't telling nobody. Guys, send your prayers to George. We don't know what probed him. We don't like to see our friends get probed. But a good friend somehow got probed. We don't know by who yet. So send him prayers, all right? If you're a God lover, give him some prayers. Hopefully that George has a fast recovery on that probing. George, we stand no. No. I'm gonna say we're stand behind you. All right. No, George, we're not gonna stand behind you. We're gonna stand on the side of you. Okay? Because you don't know who's probing you, so we're not gonna stand behind you. Oh my God. Oh man. We stand beside you. We're on your side, okay? We're on your side. So, because I don't want to get blamed. Eric, he said he got probed and it wasn't an alien and you were behind him. So, I'm behind him. 100%, right? Get well soon, George. Because remember, he's one of us, people. Now, Danny got probed last week, and he's still waiting for the results. The thing is about Danny, people, is that Danny goes to the doctor every week to get probed. So I think that if they don't know by now, I think Danny just likes going to the doctor. Just saying.
And one took hold of Calvin, and I saw Calvin go limp.
Once inside the craft, Hickson remembers being examined by an oblong-shaped instrument that hovered around him. He was completely paralyzed. Only his eyes could move. Hickson doesn't know how long he was there, but the unknown creatures released him sometime later, physically unharmed.
They carried me back out there and put me on the ground about where they'd pick me up from. And I heard a zipping sound again, and I looked around, and that craft was gone just like that.
Later that same evening, both Hickson and Parker told their unbelievable story to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department.
Didn't know it at that time, but they had a tape.
And again, I can't tell you for a fact if these guys were faking or lying or telling the truth. But it does take a little balls on both sides to call a sheriff and tell your story. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not easy. Even if you're telling the truth or lying about it, that's not easy to call. That's not easy to call the sheriff. So, give a little credit for that.
Playing there. And after they brought us out of that room and listened to that tape, then they decided something had happened to us.
Until now, that tape has never been aired on television. The tape shows just how scared the two men were just hours after being allegedly abducted.
I like had a heart attack tonight. I ain't I come one damn each and that scared me to death too, something. I'm just damn near crying right now and I can't help myself. I'm telling you, man, I couldn't take much more than I tell you, I gotta get to bed or get some nerve pills or something, see the doctor or something. I can't stand it. I'm about to go all crazy.
Listen to Charles's original description.
And that was a real recording conversation right there. So that's kind of cool in a way that there is an original recording of that conversation. So, so if you guys want to keep watching my video over and over and listen to that recording, that's a good way to start, re-listening and trying to see if you feel they're telling the truth with their own voice, telling the story when that happened.
Description of the craft's lighting compared to his description 27 years later.
And a blue light, you look in the sky, see a blue light, it calls your attention to it. You couldn't tell, so it was just circling.
It was either flashing or pulsating, I don't know which one, but it was bluish.
Charles's son Eddie admits at first he couldn't believe his father's story either. Eddie says he became a believer after hearing his father tell the exact same story time and time again.
Daddy's taken numerous polygraphs, been under hypnosis. And I understand it's almost impossible to lie under hypnosis, and it's never changed.
Since the alien contact.
Okay. Now, however you fall on lying detecting test, hypnosis, if you think there's truth to those, then I guess for you might have to be more towards yes, right? If they pass the lie detector test. Now, I know people don't believe in the lie detector test at all, so that part will still be questioned by you. But if you're a believer in a polygraph and hypnosis, then I can see that the story would have to be yes for you.
Hickson has published a book at his own expense and still lives modestly in Goche. Calvin Parker hasn't spoken publicly about the event in years. Hickson says he understands why people have trouble believing his story, but he firmly believes the truth about alien existence will be revealed one day in the near future.
Well, I mean, no matter what, anybody comes out with a story, you're going to have your skeptics. That's just a fact. You're going to have your skeptics. You ain't going to get away from that. But was there enough there to their story for you to think it's true? Well, let's look. Karen thinks it's true. Brian thinks it's true. Jojo thumbs up. And she wrote true. Extraterrestrial aliens have had elephant skin. Okay. She thinks it's true. Midwest is true. Unlike the Berkshire story, where I'm more 50-50 on Berkshire, I am not convinced the Berkshire people saw aliens from another world. But this story, just listening to those guys' real voice footage, and I listened to it quite a lot, the tone, how they talk, I think there's more truth to this story, way than the Berkshire. Now we weren't there. We will never know at 100%. We will never know, but I think that one's more true. A little bit more true than that. Now, could they been picked up by a military craft and been tested on? There's stories out there that's been done. So, it doesn't have to be an alien craft they could have been experimented on with the government. So it's more true than, of course, the that one guy, that guy, no. So I believe more into this story versus the Berkshire. I'm just not. I don't know why. I get a bad. I get such a bad feeling with the Berkshire story. I really do. It's like my inner thing tells Eric, don't research, don't follow more of that research of that story because you're not gonna like the outcome. I mean, I don't know why. That's my inner. You gotta trust your inner links. So, all right. First of all, I want to thank every single one of you wonderful people for being here today. You guys are all awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I love Tell the Truth Thursday. Love it. It's fun. It's a way for us to get some things off our chest. Even if it's only one or two of you who got some things off the chest. We just learned today, people, that Danny got arrested in Canada for taking a bounty horse. And you learn that I don't understand how people like rap. It's torture. Their live shows are torture. Don't know how unless it's Beastie Boys. Some people say Beastie Boys aren't rap. That might be true. Beastie Boys were fun. But rap, my God. So beyond that, I hope you guys truly enjoyed today's show. And it looks like some of you did enjoy. Dina P wrote great show. Brian C, great live once again. I appreciate it. Great show. I appreciate it. I really truly great show. Chi, and what's it? Gangster Riper. I don't know. I'm sorry, Renee. I just that. And JoJo steals horses too. Tell the Truth Thursday, people. What we learned today, that we just didn't learn that people go to a grocery store and steal a candy bar or a soda. That people are stealing horses. Only in American Canada. I better get out of here before an alien abduction comes, takes me away and get probed. And George, we're with you, buddy. We're with you on that probing. Like I said, we're not going to stand behind you. We're going to stand on the side of you, right? We got you. We got this, for my friend. We got this, my friend. We're going to find out who's probing you. Hopefully you're not seeing the same doctor as Danny. And it seems like Danny's doctor loved to do some probing on him. Don't know. Hey, Danny Stanton's doctor might be an alien. He might be an alien. He might telling Danny, you know what? The last probing was, inexclusive. There wasn't enough there. You need to come back. I think we discovered that Danny is being probed by an alien. His doctor is not a real doctor from this planet. It's a doctor from another world. Danny, buddy, we're with you. Guys, I'll see you all next time on the panel.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?